Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Volt Condor, as you can see on the screen, Bolt Condor, because that was its original English translation. People probably recognize this card from Duel Links. That's obviously the people that don't play the physical game. Volt Condor is a bit bad as a boss monster, but it did get a ton of support later on that actually did make it pretty good. We haven't got any new cards for this deck, but we haven't played this deck very much, so we just thought we'd bring it back. One of the best cards for the archetype is Lightning Volt Eagle, which is if we have a face-up level 7 attribute wing beast type monster on the field, we can special summon this card from our hand, so just a free 2500 body. But if we have a Lightning Volt Condor face-up on the field, we can send a top card back to the graveyard, and it can attack twice. That is actually insane. Then one of the other fantastic support cards we have is Thunderbolt, the Echoing Thunder. During the turn that we normal summon this card, we can special summon a level 7 light attribute wing beast type monster from our graveyard face up to our field. So that could be Volt Eagle, that could be Volt Condor. And then we can make up to 3 face-up monsters on our opponent's field become light attribute to the end of this turn, which means we can use our Volt Condor to weaken the entire enemy board. Then the other real standout card for me is Spark Volteg, which is we can shuffle a light attribute monster from our graveyard into the deck. This turn, this face-up card can be treated as 2 tributes to the tribute summon of a light attribute wing beast type monster. So that's fine, we already have a couple of effects like this already. But then we can add a Lightning Volt Condor from our graveyard to our hand, which means we could just use Volt Egg, get back the Volt Condor, and then summon it over the Volt Egg. Or we could summon out the Volt Egg and get a second copy of Volt Condor back, for example, just to discard for the first one's effect, which does give us easy access to discard fodder to make this card work. But all in all, this deck is reasonably strong. I do actually think this is one of my favorite decks that we have, and one of our strongest decks, so we're going to have to see how it performs today. But let's fire on in and see what Alex has got for us. Alright, so last week we had Cats versus Wind Psychic, 2 fusion-based decks, and we had some pretty cool games. The Cats, I feel like, are in a bit of a weird spot, where their gimmick when they first came out was like, oh, we have kind of a couple of different fusions, but now that fusion is a lot easier for a lot of decks to pull off, I don't think that gimmick is as strong. And its other gimmick was just Stray Force, right? Just having 3 copies of Mirror Force, which I guess is a gimmick that spellcasters have had forever. And since we now have so many cards of, like, protection, I don't know if that's that great anymore. Wind Psychics, on the other hand, I think does seem like it's in a bit of a better spot. I think the new Wind Psychic gimmick is going to be the Plandolin a la Mode, and its ability to just allow you to fuse from graveyard, which is... it's a weird one. It's such a strange angle to take, and I suppose I do like it for that, right? Because it's like, it's not just, oh, you just here's a Miracle Fusion, go. It's like, it is kind of Miracle Fusion, but it's extra steps to get there. I guess that's interesting in its own way.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but it's nice.
As for this week, again, we are getting to the point where we're not going to be able to predict what each other's on. I have been guessing that you're going to be on dragons for a long time. I still think you have like 2. I mean, in your actual pool, I think you have like 5 or 6 different dragon decks you can actually bring. And new cards still. I think there's still like 2 that you could bring. So I think the odds of it being dragon are quite high. Whether or not it actually is going to be that is a completely different question. And for my deck, I'm going to assume you have no idea because I've used all my new stuff already.
Yeah, not a clue.
Okay, well, let's fire on in and then just see what we're both on. Oh, alright, I will be going first. I guess we'll go for the option that gets the hand empty. So I'm going to start by setting 1 and setting 2. Then I'm going to tribute 2 monsters and summon out Lightning Volt Condor.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to special summon Lightning Volt Eagle. I'm going to set 1 monster and pass the turn.
Okay.
So we got some big boys out. Well, I got a big boy out and a medium boy out.
Room Phantom
This is a really good deck. Okay. Oh, and this is another deck that count as light decks, isn't it?
Yeah. Your deck also count as light decks?
I mean, kind of. I have half of my cards make your guys. Yeah, my guys make your guys light, so like that's not a big. You can like fuse with my guys and stuff. That's the issue. Okay, so we can send the top 3 cards of the deck to the graveyard. Then you can add a Prime Armor Nova or Rhynak from grave to hand.
Oh, no, I sold it. Damn it.
And your Prime Dwarf, which is
Oh,
also
me
absolutely
and
fantastic.
Rush Dragon. God damn it.
Prime comes down. We are going to clear the 22. Okay, how do we want to approach this? We have a couple of different options available. So I will flip up my Spark Volteg, so I can shuffle a light attribute monster from my graveyard into the deck. This turn, this card treats 2 tributes to the summon of a light attribute wing beast monster, and I can add a Lightning Bolt Condor from my graveyard to my hand. We'll put Trick Pigeon back. I will add the Lightning Bolt Condor to hand. Then I'm going to normal summon by using the Spark Volteg. Then I can summon out my Flash Volt Chick. I can activate Volt Condor's effect and send this to the graveyard. And I can set, go to battle. Then we can attack. And because I have a Lightning Volt Condor, oh, can I not?
You have to send.
Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, I thought this was a I thought it was a continuous effect. Okay, we've missed lethal, but that's fine. We'll pass.
Thank God. You missed lethal.
Ah, I legit thought this was a continuous effect. That's my bad. Okay, Phantomite.
Normal summon Prime Rex.
Okay. Reduce the level of 1 level 4 or higher monster in your opponent's field by 3. So you can put it down to a level 4. And then destroy a spell trap. Okay.
There you are.
Ship 7 treasures. What does that level reduction do? I'm trying to remember what the Prime deck does.
Not a lot with levels, if I remember correctly.
Okay, this is one of your new ones. So only works if you have a card in your field zone, so it doesn't do anything. What we're learning right now. I guess I'll just do this. Behold, Lightning Volt Charge, which lets me draw a card because you don't have a card to use it with. That doesn't work. So I can summon out Trick Pigeon, activate Trick Pigeon, send this, get back Volt Condor. Then we can tribute 2 to summon out Volt Condor.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, I have a second Volt Eagle as well. And then I have another Volt Eagle in hand to discard the weaken. And I didn't use it again, but it doesn't matter. I need to remember to do that in games 2 and 3, because otherwise that is going to really trip me up. For some reason, I just really think it's a continuous effect. And I have no idea why, because I've played Dragius a ton, and that is not a continuous effect. And this is basically the same thing. It's not quite, but it's basically the same thing. I'm going to have to try and drill it into my brain that I have to click that. I guess it just goes to show that we haven't played the Volt Condor deck very much.
Alright, going first.
Okie dokie.
Earn it.
Okay, set 4. So we will summon Flash Volt Check. Then we're going to summon Trick Pigeon. Then I'm going to drop down my Evian Spell Tactics, and we're going to go ahead and pop one of your back row. We did hit Sunset Rebirth. Ooh, okay. Then I'm going to tribute 2 and summon out Thunderbolt the Echoing Thunder. During the turn, it's normal summoned, so only this turn. I can special summon a level 7 light attribute wing beast monster from my graveyard. Oh man, that's so strong. Wait a minute. And then I can make your monsters become light, which they already are. So unfortunately, not much going on there. We can set a back row, and then we will just slap in and see what you got. We hit... Oh, F-Rai. And we'll pass on that. Okay. We reveal we have the Nova. Yinkito. So send a monster from your hand to the graveyard. So if your hand is full of prime monsters, you can start sitting it there, sending them. Gain 1,000 life points, gains 1,000 attack until the end of your turn, and then you can add a prime call from your graveyard. Do we have a prime call? We do, so you're going to get a +1 off that. Send the Armor Nova, which is quite good because if we do have another slime, we can get it back. Reactivate the Prime Cool.
Prime.
Test Prime. But at the very least, this is Tribute Fodder.
Empty this hand a bit more as well, so...
Oh, that's a good one, because I can get another card out of your hand if you want it. And get you back Prime Cool.
Can't.
Oh yeah, you can't!
Not dwarf!
Okay, we have another Prime Armor Nova though, and this does contest my board. You ready to walk into my trap card? Go, trap card! Nothing! Right, well, we do take 200 damage. Now I need to out this. Fortunately, this hand does out this, but barely, and it depends what your back row is as well. I'm like, I have so many cards that are like almost working, but I'm like, I just need like a level 7 Lightwing Beast to get things going, and I just don't have one. So we will summon Trick Pigeon, which again does nothing. Then we'll tribute it to summon out Zaborg. Activate Zaborg and just kind of hope this goes through, which it does. Okay, that's pretty big. Now I can normal summon Voltchick. Now, do we gamble or do we just set a monster? I think we just set. I don't think it's worth gambling here. So we'll go to battle and we'll see if we can't get in for a bit of damage. So we take away the 1,000 you gained and we'll get in for 26 total or pass.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. That could be pretty big. Okay. You can add back. We reveal Catclaw. Do we have Rhynac, or do we have to take back the big boy? We have to take back the big boy.
yeah, then I get to draw 2. We'll do this.
She's back!
Get rid of your back row.
Okay, you hit my legend trap.
Draw 2. 1,
Okay.
2.
Ooh. That's huge. Oh, we're not fusing with my board. We're just going to make Big Chungo. So, Full Armor Nova. This card gains attack with a number of different types in both players' graveyards times 300. If there are 5 more different types in the graveyard, this card can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, it gains an additional 3,000 attack if there are 10 or more. Okay.
Go to battle. I think we'll get rid of this guy.
A lot of damage. Now, how do we deal with this? Let's start by activating Ship of 7 Treasures and sending a Vault Condor to the graveyard and then drawing 2 cards. So this guy cannot be destroyed by card effects because there are 5 or more in graveyard. So now I will flip up my Volt Egg. We'll activate Volt Egg's effect. Using its effect, I'll put Flash Voltchick back in the deck and add Vault Condor back to hand. And then I will tribute summon out the Vault Condor. So if I just got a 7, I can reduce this by 21, which will put it down to 36. So we'll start off by activating Vault Condor's effect. We're going to send a second Vault Condor to the graveyard. Then I'm going to normal summon Censor Duckbill, activate its effect, and I'm going to put this card back and grab back my Thunderbolt. Then I'm going to tribute 2 and summon out the Thunderbolt, activate its effect, bring back Vault Condor, activate Vault Condor, and I'm going to send Vault Eagle to the graveyard. Then we go to battle. We'll declare an attack. Oh, so far so good. Is it game? Ah! Alright, well that was the best we had. 900 life points in a dream. There is a chance we survive here. Oh. That might just be game on its own.
Look at 1. Bandager. Grabs a Rhino.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be it. That's pretty good.
Oh, no, not tributing one monster. Tribute 3 monsters. Battle. Squink.
Yeah. I could have had a trap card on the field, but I didn't work out that I'd be left with a card. When I first thought out the turn, I thought I was going to end with no cards in hand. So the card I ended up in hand with is a monster, because I thought this was going to be a discard outlet for Volt Condor, but I think I just kind of lost track of the line at some point. So I could have had a trap card, which would have stopped this, but I don't know if you could have just popped the trap card anyway, so... Right, I will go first. Alright, we'll start with Ship of Seven Treasures. I'm going to send Volt Condor to the grave for 2. We'll summon out Owl Channel, which doesn't do anything because you need to have 2 or more cards on your field to use it. Then we'll summon out Censored Duckbill. We're going to go ahead and tribute both and summon out Thunderbolt. Activate Thunderbolt effect. Bring back the Volt Condor, and then set 2 cards, then pass. Okay, get the whole hand empty. We only really have 1 course of action here, so we're going to special summon out the Volt Eagle. Activate Eagle's effect. Set a back row, go to battle. We'll attempt to swing into this. Swing into this. And we'll see if we can get in for 5,000. And that's us done. Okay, Phantomite comes down. Rhynac comes down. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, my Graveslot's not set up for it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but if you have a prime monster you could tribute to, then you'd have the graveyard set up.
No, I need different types. 3 different types.
Oh, do they all literally have 3 different types? Ooh,
Yep.
Galaxy, and Worm. Let's see. Because the thing is, I've thought about using Prime Dwarf myself, just because it's a low-level card. But the problem with that is that you have the monster, the generic one that fuses, and it's like a level 7 or plus guy. Yep. We are going to use our Bruku Hearted Pigeon here. Change this guy sideways.
Pass. And activate Spencer Rebuff.
So special summon a monster from your hand or graveyard face up to your field in face down defense position, then up to 3 other cards on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects this turn. Okay. Okay, so we empty. That's 3 other cards, so there's literally only 3 options, really, isn't there? Okay. I don't think I need to reduce your attack. I'm pretty sure that doesn't... Oh, they do lose defense as well. I don't know if that's relevant. Sure, we'll reduce your defense a little bit. We'll go to battle. We will declare an attack. We will declare an attack. Try and get in for game?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It really just goes to show that the Volt Condor deck can just, really pop off. You get to summon out boss monsters basically for free a lot of the time.
Especially one that can double attack.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Volt Eagle is such a good card. Because I was saying for the longest time, in Duel Links, when Volt Condor came out very early, I was like, okay, but if they could easily release some of this support early. Volt Eagle is the one card they 100% cannot release. And I would probably not recommend Thunderbolt come out either. But I'm like, Volt Egg could probably come out. The back row hate card could probably be released into Duel Links. The other one I'm not running. It's the 2300 attack that can be special summoned if you have a Volt Condor on the field, and its only effect is draw 1 card. I think that could probably come out and be okay. We sort of already have cards like that, right? We have Swift Gaia, which can get summoned easier if you have no cards in your hand. We have the Dark Sword Magician that can get summoned a little bit easier. But back to the physical Rush game. Yeah, Volt Condor Still very, very powerful. It's funny to me that this deck isn't considered like a strong deck in the metagame. I just feel like a strong double attacker, like easy ways to get a board full of guys. You have easy access to reducing your opponent's entire board. I feel like it has all the pieces it needs, but it's just missing like something to like just kind of push it up to the higher levels where like the other top tier like 1 and tier 2 decks are. As for Prime has always been such a weird deck, right? I feel like the deck either just like pops off and just gets to bully, or you just draw a hand full of like high level monsters and you just basically get to play the game.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. Because I don't even know, like, because yours is not even all the same level, right? I'm pretty sure your bosses are like 7s and 8s.
Mm-hmm.
So like that gets a bit weird, and then it's like, well, okay, you could play like Pot of Arrogance as like a good like draw spell, but then there's also a lot of spells you want to be playing, like Prime Cool, which is a really good spell card. Prime Dwarf as well is so good. And again, if I had access to your, I can't remember what he's called, but it's your fusion guy that needs like generic light monsters to make. If I had,
Giant?
Yeah, that one. If I had access to him, I believe he's level 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's yours exclusive. If I had him, I would be playing Prime Dwarf in this deck, right? Because I can just make your guys light. I could, I'm already using Thunders and Winged Beasts. It's not too much of a stretch to put a couple of extras of something else in. I think right now I'm playing a dragon in Mirage Dragon, because it was from the side deck. But there is that option. There are a couple of other stuff, like Animagica Beast is another one, which I think could be pretty cool in here, which is a beast. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one, because as soon as I saw your Sunset Rebirth as well, I was like, well, this could get really frustrating, so I'm just going to side out. So I had Dark Hole. I was like, no, we're going to take that out. I had Zaborg. I was like, we're going to take that out. I had Icarus Attack. I was like, we're going to take that out. And I just went for like a bunch of stuff that doesn't destroy, because I was like, I know Sunset Rebirth is going to come up and it's going to stop me from winning, and I'm just going to be like mildly irritated, so I'm just going to take all of that out. But yeah, these were games. I think games 1 and 2 were a bit more exciting than game 3, which is a bit of a blowout, but GG, buddy.
GG.